What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel along with another video. And in this video we're going to be tackling the news that has just been released pertaining to Brie Larson's new movie, The Marvels. Now, if you guys haven't heard about this, it has been projected to be a box office disaster, mainly because of the poor reception that is due to the actress Brie Larson and the character Captain Marvel, and the fact that they are including a bunch of characters from different franchises that were part of the Disney Plus series that many people have not tuned into. There were a lot of people who tuned into WandaVision that has the character Monica Rambeau, but not so much Disney's Miss Marvel that's starring Kamala Khan. But with this three female trio on the path to the MCU narrative, which is to basically state that women can do it all and do it just as well as men, we've come to see that it has grossed one of the worst box office openings for Disney ever. And articles in the media out there are trying to posit this as something as if it needs discussion as to why the film did so bad, especially due to the fact that they keep trying to present that Miss Marvel or I guess it is Captain Marvel, the first one, was $1 billion box office success. But what they are omitting from that fact is the fact that the only reason why Captain Marvel was able to be so successful was because it served as a bridge from the end of the Avengers films, Endgame or Infinity, which is still one of the best Avengers plus Marvel films to date, and Endgame. So all that Captain Marvel was able to do was basically ride off the coattails of the success from Infinity War, which had done something that we have not seen since it was opening, getting rid of all those characters and actually feeling like the team had lost. And seeing that, and they painted it as Captain Marvel being one of the last hopes to basically save this team or be basically their Hulk. But it does not surprise me that the sequel was a disaster. Mainly so because people have been voicing the fact that they do not want this movie. They're not interested in the character. And the fact that they can just see what the agenda that Disney is pushing from a mile away. So instead of Disney taking into account what it is that their audience wants, they keep trying to push and force these tropes upon people, and they're getting exactly what they asked for, which is people speaking through their wallets and basically skipping out on these films. And another reason why I also believe that it was a failure to this degree was because the villain was just Marvel has this problem with villains. Basically, they're forgettable. Uh, of course, they all carry the same motivation of wanting to dominate or conquer or rule over something. And truth be told, this whole thing with the multiverse is getting a bit tiring, especially with the way that Marvel has presented it, and the fact that the Marvel star and three of these stars has all to do with, somebody opening a portal to a multiverse that can lead to more people from different worlds coming into our own and being a threat and yada yada yada. It's getting exhausting. And so one would think that Marvel would take this failure as a lesson to pivot and try to head in a more positive direction, but I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, they must have so much money in the vault that these failures don't even leave a scratch on them because they keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. And so much so that you kind of get, well, it has become a trope for Marvel to include these cheesy one-liners, and there's just a certain sort of aura around the Marvel franchise where you get that they can't be as serious as they need to be at times. I think the perfect balance between comedy and seriousness so far was Thor Ragnarok. They did a really great job with that, and it was a shame that they couldn't follow up with Thor Love and Thunder. But all the same, I think that the reboot that they're planning to do, they said they're going to do a soft reboot in the near future. I think that's very much so needed because you're starting to see how desperate Marvel is getting by the fact that they're starting to include talks of bringing back the old Avengers cast. I mean, Chris Evans is Captain Marvel or Captain America, Scarlett Johansson is Black Widow, Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man, who I feel like they as actors feel like they close out their character story arc, and they would kind of be bittersweet for them to reprise that role unless they can do it in a way, like I said, where they include them from a different multiverse and it's the same actors and actresses and characters, but they have different motivations. They're not the same. It's not the same Tony Stark, or it's not the same Natasha Romanoff that we know of. It's just different versions from different timelines. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you plan on seeing the Marvels. I don't. I once upon a time thought I was going to give it a shot through the matinee, you know, when there's being shown for $4, but I think I'll just skip that too and probably just catch some clips on YouTube and releases, because I just don't have any sort of interest or desire to see Captain Marvel on the screen, let alone the other two. Although I've heard that Kamala Khan is actually the best of the three, and I don't mind Monica Rambeau at all. I think she did a really great job in WandaVision, and I would actually like to see that character expounded on more, because she actually has some depth to her. But as far as Captain Marvel, you know, she's what they call a Mary Sue. She's gained all her powers without earning them, and then on top of that, once she earned them, she became a bully, as in some of the scenes reflect in the first Marvel, when she basically, like, she did something to that dude on the motorcycle. It was like, hey, why aren't you smiling, and all that, and she basically had to, like, squeeze his hand or do something. But let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment, like, subscription down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Later.